Good afternoon, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests. As stated in my intro, I have been using a calendar since I was 12 years old, and I have been obsessively using it, so it's going to be kind of shocking that I'm talking about something called Getting Things Done. It's a book by David Allen, and it talks about how to be a more organized person. Now, at this point, I want to say that my disclaimer is this is not a book review. And a person who was in the book club with me, David, is here, so I'm saying this is not necessarily what the book said, but what the book said to me. And I ended up reading this book because our new book club at work had chosen this book. And I'm trying to support them and get them going, so I said, sure, I'll go ahead and read it. Surprisingly, and I will say surprisingly, I did get something out of it. The first thing was to get it out of your head. And this kind of falls on what Paul was talking about. You need to write things down. A lot of times you'll have an idea in your head. It may be, I want to lose weight, or I have an idea for a book, or something as mundane as I need to pick up cat food at the store. So all of these things are wandering around in your head, and if you can imagine, each idea is like a little ball. And so the first ball comes out, oh, I gotta get cat litter. Holding onto this ball. Gotta remember to get gas. And I need to do the laundry. And I need to set up a meeting with Christine. And so you're trying to remember all of these things, and you've got all these balls that you're trying to hold on to, and inevitably, you're driving by the store, and you drop the one that told you to go pick up the cat food, so you completely drive on by, you've forgotten it. So you need to get these things out of your head, and you need to get them down, whether it be a piece of paper you carry in your back pocket. I personally like using a program, an application called GQs on my phone, so I can just take it out, and I just quickly write down. I have a little shopping list. I can put, get cat food. So then I know that if I'm going to the store, I can take that out. Okay, what do I need to do? I get it out of my head. I don't have to think about what I need to do. So that's the first thing, the first part of getting it out of your head. The other part is that if you get it out of your head, it's kind of like a funnel. If you pull that out, it means there's more room for new ideas to come in. Because if you're not holding on to that, oh my God, I have to get cat food or the cats are going to be mad at me. If I get that out and I put it down, then a new idea comes. Maybe something that's a little bit more important, although don't tell my cats that because they really want their cat food tonight. But it gives you a conduit for new ideas to come. And if you keep pulling them down and putting them on paper, it allows you to have more ideas flowing. The next thing is to make sure that you stop back by those lists. Because when you're getting them out of your head, you're not making any judgment about them. It's literally capture it, put it down, move on. Make sure that you have some review time. And that's when you go back and you turn them into actionable items. And this is where it ties into yours, that when I was preparing for this speech, I could have just put something down that says prepare speech. Okay, well, when you come across that in your list, that's huge. Oh my gosh, I only have like 10 minutes. I don't have time to prepare a whole speech. So then it gets put aside. You don't do anything about it. You come back to your list later. Oh my gosh, there's that big ugly thing about preparing a speech again. Ugh, no time for it. But if you break it down and you give yourself individual tasks, it's a lot easier. So think of a topic. Okay, that's manageable. I have about 10 minutes. I can look through some things that I've been doing, and I can come up with my topic. Then you start listing all of the actionable items. Okay, after I discover a topic, I'm going to look at what my objectives are and maybe do an outline, a general outline. And you start breaking it down into actionable tasks so that when you do have time, you can kind of pick and choose. Okay, I've got half an hour. Let me look at the list. Are there urgent things that I have to do? Or are there a bunch of little things? Returning a phone call, that kind of stuff. The last one is the hardest, and this is what I struggle with. It's be disciplined. Because every time you have an idea, you need to write it down. And then you have to follow up, because if you don't follow up, you're just going to have lists. You're going to have like 1,000 papers in your back pocket, and it doesn't mean anything. So you have to be disciplined, and you need to follow up on a regular basis, whether it be once a day or once a week. probably don't want to go more than a week because the notes are going to take over. But you need to be disciplined about your process and make sure that you're capturing information, making the actionable items, and then accomplishing them so you get them flowing and moved out of the way. So in conclusion, I want to tell you that old organizers like me can actually learn new tricks like I learned. So remember that you want to get things out, you want to write down actions, not just random things, and you need to be disciplined. So at this point, I would like to elicit your feedback on my second speech. Thank you very much.